Alpine Garage Sports, folks. My name is Chris. I am your host for this show, and we are talking today about the CU-CSU game that's going to be happening tomorrow on Folsom Field. It's going to be televised on ESPN. It's at 8 o'clock in the evening, technically 8:15 Mountain Time. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what we're supposed to wear to the game based on what CU would like us to do, and then the accoutrements that we need to add on to it. We're also going to talk about the Jay Norvell CSU big blow up that happened between him and Coach Prime, but it really didn't have anything to do with Coach Prime. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we do, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do. I don't normally wear glasses in this because I can't see anything in this garage with my glasses on, but for this game, we are wearing glasses. And we would love to have you on this channel. Please leave a comment while you're here. Let me know where you're from, what you're about. Mix it up with the other longtime subscribers that we've had ever since the beginning of January when I started this channel. Welcome to the channel. Now, first of all, Jay Norvell. Now, you guys have seen plenty on this. It's all over Twitter. You've seen it 1,000 times. This rivalry has been going on with CSU for 130 years. The first game was in 1893. So there is nothing new here when it comes to the rivalry, other than the fact that we haven't played CSU for 4 years, and we normally don't play CSU at Folsom Field. But in this particular case, it just worked out to where it's perfect and we get to. But then you have Jay Norvell coming into CSU, and he's trying to rebuild a CSU program the same way that Coach Prime is trying to build a CU program to bring Colorado to prominence as a football state, because we never really have been known as a football state. We've had brief glimpses in time where we have really kind of shown out, but other than that, it's really not that big a football state. Now, all of a sudden, in 1 year, we are a huge football state, and it's primarily due to Coach Prime. Also, the resurgence maybe of the Broncos this year. I mean, we're 0-1 as a team for the Broncos, but we have new hopes. We have new hopes with Sean Payton coming in. Coach Prime had nothing but good things to say about Jay Norvell and about the CSU program and how he's rebuilding that program, and it looks like a good program. And then there was discussions earlier in the week about how this is the first time in this rivalry where two African-American head coaches have gone against each other in this game, which is very historic. So that leads to a week-long series, what could have been potentially really good articles and interviews and things like that based on that, the historical significance of this game. But no. Instead, Jay Norvell, who had a stage to really kind of up his game, so he went from like nobody knowing that he was even the head coach of CSU. He could have taken this to another level and actually, I'm not going to say jumped on the Coach Prime wagon, but this could have elevated him. Even with the decimation that's going to happen to his football team at Folsom Field, he still could have been in a higher echelon of discussions for head coaching jobs just because he was involved in this rivalry and could have had a really good relationship with Coach Prime. But instead, he makes a boneheaded decision to say something asinine about Coach Prime's style and basically sets off a media firestorm. So this was what he said. He said, I sat down with ESPN today, I took my hat off, I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. Okay, so let's break that statement down. So first of all, he may have done that for ESPN, but I'm going to show you right now a meme that's going around of him in interviews with his hat on. And I've seen other pictures out there with his hat and his sunglasses on. So that isn't necessarily a very true statement. B, when you bring up your mother and how your mother raised you, you're insinuating how someone else's mother raised them and the fact that it was done poorly. And anyone who is close to their mom, which most of us are, is going to take that personally. Was there anything from Coach Prime that set this off? Obviously not. I haven't seen anything, and I don't think you've seen anything either. Coach Prime very rarely ever goes on the offensive when it comes to attacking somebody's character, attacking their style. It's usually in response to somebody attacking his. And he is basically above this at this point. With where he's at CU and the media and the way that folks are looking at this program, he is above all of that nonsense. But Jay Norvell, it seems to me like he had to just get his hand all the way into this marketing somehow and try to be relevant in this game, relevant in this marketing. And it even could be a little bit of jealousy. And you know what? He did a good job of that because he got right in the middle of all of it. He just looks like a clown for doing it. And I really feel bad because I actually know some students at CSU. I have a lot of friends that have graduated from CSU. And this is an embarrassment to them. It really is an embarrassment to them because there's no reason for you to take that kind of a shot, unless you have a shot at winning this game and taking us down a step from what you perceived taking us down a step. And then you want to talk a big game. I understand that maybe a little bit, but even in this particular context, with the historical prominence of this game being over 130 years old and the first time in that 130 years that two African-American coaches have gone head-to-head, and you had to change the narrative. How has that worked? So anyway, Jay Norvell, I'm sorry for you and your team. I'm sorry for the players that have to go through this and come on to Folsom and be humiliated and then have this whole thing happen with Jay Norvell. So that's enough said about that. Now, what are we going to wear to the game? Coach Prime was on an interview earlier today, and he was talking about the fact that it just so happened that his Blender sunglasses, which I'll show you a picture of now, are actually going on Blender's site today. And it was just happenstance that it happened right now before the CSU game. But the fact that Jay Norvell went and did that whole sunglasses and hat thing, that basically, Coach Prime says he gave Coach Prime an alley-oop on this Blender's deal. Of course, Coach Prime slam dunked it like he always does. And so even when someone insults Coach Prime, he finds a way to turn it into a marketing bonus. And in this particular case, those Blender sunglasses, I guarantee you they're going to sell out, guys. In fact, if you are with Blenders and watching this video, if you don't FedEx 1,000 pair to the stadium and say that the first 1,000 people in the stadium, starting at 6 o'clock, which is when we let everybody into the stadium, gets a free pair of Coach Prime Blender sunglasses, and then have them on the field showing that off. ESPN, get behind this. I don't know. We need to make that happen. Blenders, marketing team, let's get this going. But work overtime. If you have to hire a private plane to bring them here to Boulder, do it. But I guarantee you it's going to pay you off in spades by having this giant mega deal going on. And I bet you Coach Prime could help make this happen for you. But in any case, if you don't have a pair of Coach Prime Blenders and all you have is a pair of Oakleys, that's okay. Wear your sunglasses to the game. Make sure you wear black. This is what CU would like us to wear, is black to the game. Wear your hat. Wear your glasses. We're going in with our sunglasses at night, 8 o'clock, getting close to sunset. We're going to, en masse, show Jay Norvell that all of our moms said, we can wear sunglasses whenever we want to if it's part of our style. And we're going to do it for Jay Norvell on Saturday night. That is a wrap from Alpine Garage Sports. We will see you in the next video. And if you haven't already heard, I'm wearing my sunglasses at night.